Sheryl Swoopes' hatred of Caitlin Clark, it's rooted in racial idolatry. It's rooted in bigotry.
What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck, and this will be another epic Jason Whitlock video as he does his due diligence and completely exposes Sheryl Swoopes. I mean, this hate and jealousy and fake love for Caitlin Clark. He goes and exposes her in her bias towards Angel Reese, guys, and you're gonna want to stay tuned for this one. Make sure you guys get in here, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video. Let's go.
I reflected on basketball legend Sheryl Swoopes' intense animus for WNBA star Caitlin Clark. Earlier this year, when Clark was shattering college basketball records at Iowa, Swoopes trashed Clark as an overhyped gimmick. She claimed Clark was age 25, played 5 or 6 seasons at Iowa, and shot the ball 40 times per game. It was all bad, uninformed information. When questioned whether her comments were motivated by bigotry, Swoopes claimed black people can't be racist.
Hold on. Okay, guys. You guys already know how I feel about this. And before I even say that, guys, let's just give a brief rundown of who Sheryl Swoopes is. Sheryl Swoopes, guys, obviously is a WNBA legend. We're going to give her flowers. Obviously, she played basketball when times were not the times that they are now. Social media was nowhere near, what it is now. There was no social media, in fact, and it was just pretty much you heard about her through, let's just be honest, cable television or newspapers. It is what it is. So obviously, she's seen a lot of historic talent, before her. And I mean, based off of this picture, she's old school, right? So enough is said there. When it comes to this thing, right? And I'm from Mississippi, guys, so I've grown up around this. So I'd like to think that I kind of have a little knowledge on what she means by black people can't be racist. And I feel like, as legendary as these athletes are, a lot of them come off as uneducated to me. And this is a very, very ignorant take. Because I think that anyone can be racist. I mean, it's not like racism is catered to just one group of ethnicities, right? It's not like, oh, you're white, so only you can be racist. No. The problem with this type of mindset is, even if for someone her age, guys, that's why I made the reference that she's been alive long enough to see certain things. Maybe she played at a time. Well, she did play at a time where things probably did not work in her favor because of her skin color. And women like Sheryl Swoopes, they do not let that go because it is buried in them, man. It's a burden that they just can't let go. And when people say stuff like that, it's because they're only going off of what they've heard either a family member say or someone close to them, like, hey, black people can't be racist. Oh, I guess it makes sense since black people were slaves. No. I'm from Mississippi, man. And unfortunately, there are a lot of black people that are racist, especially towards white people. And obviously, some white people are racist towards black people. So I never can give into the fact that, only a certain group of demographic can be racist. That's ignorant. For you to say that, it kind of makes you sound racist. Like, basically what you're saying is, I can say what I want based off the fact of what was done to my people. And the thing that I try to educate people on is the fact that, there were slaves everywhere, right? You do know that, right? Even in the Caucasian community, it's a lot of stuff in the history books that a lot of people just kind of scan through. There's a lot of stuff that's not even in history books. That's why you have to do your due diligence. And watch the documentaries, man. Research. There are plenty of things still going on in today's time amongst the black community and people outside of America, man, that it's still very much, foul. So I just think that that's a very ignorant take, guys. But let's keep going. I didn't like that, but let's keep going.
For people to come at me and say that I made those comments because I'm a racist, like, first of all, black people can't be racist, but that's the farthest thing from my mind. Like, I grew up in a very small West Texas town, predominantly white. My best
makes sense
childhood friend is white. Went to predominantly white college, won a national championship. Pretty much everyone on the team was white. Like, we're sisters to this day. Like that's not a part of my DNA.
And you on Gil's Arena show, was a phenomenal athlete, made a lot of dumb decisions in my opinion. But I feel like it's just kind of hard to take this guy Gil Arena serious, to me, in my opinion. And you go on a platform like this, and I've been around women like this who claim to not be racist, but like, I mean, look at her shirt. I'm not knocking the shirt, but people wear that like pride, like that black this, black that, and it can kind of be a nuisance sometimes because I operate like, okay, what if people walked around with white history or Mexican history, or like it's always something like that I'm questioning, guys, and that's what we don't do enough of. We don't really question shit, and I know that like a lot of people think that I'm this Uncle Tom. No, I'm just logical, and I'm also like spiritual in certain ways, but I also am just like, I think that it's ideal to question everything because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't question it, then you never will know. And when I see stuff like this and hear people say like, first of all, I can't be racist. Like, how? What makes you think that you cannot be racist? And this is the same type of mentality that's being flowed down to a lot of these WNBA players when it comes to the hate and the jealousy of Caitlin Clark. Like, oh, how can I be racist? She's white. She's always been more privileged than me. But if you feel it in your heart, any type of prejudice or any type of hate, that indeed to me, especially if it's not even just a Caucasian person towards another race in general, man, then that makes you racist. You have everyone has a preference, but let's just keep going, guys.
Now, this week, with the WNBA on a month-long Olympics hiatus, Swoopes has returned to her Caitlin Clark bashing.
I don't know if Chicago's in the playoffs right now without Angel. Right?
Yeah.
Is Indiana...
What? Did she just... Come on, man. See, this is where I have to draw that line, guys, and piss a lot of people off, because that's just not true. If it was not for Angel Reese, I think that they'll probably be where they are. I think that Angel Reese did a lot of personal stat padding. I think that it will be. I think that it will pretty much be the same results. She's not a player that changes the game. Caitlin Clark changes the game. Angel Reese is more of an impact player. I think that she could do a little bit more with her fundamentals. Actually, a lot bit more. She has no finishing touch around the rim. She just kind of flicks it up. She doesn't make her teammates better, but what she does do is give them the energy, like a Westbrook, a Draymond. She does do that. And for Sheryl Swoopes to be a WNBA legend and come out here and say that if it was not for Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky wouldn't be in the playoffs yet. I believe the Indiana Fever record is better than them on a worse team due to a generational talent in Caitlin Clark. Makes sense.
Excuse me, is Indiana in the playoffs right now without Caitlin? I don't know.
Last year, no.
Right.
Well, but they were close, right? But
what?
When you look at the overall team, like the pieces that they have, without question, Indiana has better players than Chicago.
How? Explain this to me. If this is their third year in a row taking a number 1 draft pick, how? They didn't make the playoffs before. The same talent. Nothing's really changed. How? Like, Sheryl Swoopes, you are making Jason Whitlock look like a genius because this is just flat out jealousy. It's flat out hate. So I'm just confused, man. Like, they go all these years, and you said that they had better talent, but there's better veteranship on the Chicago Sky. The coach is better. Let's just be honest. And this is insane. This is flat out insane for her to even say this, man. And it's just like, come on, you're just pulling stuff out your ass now, Sheryl Swoopes. Like, and every time I've seen Sheryl Swoopes, like, it's kind of like you can sense the jealousy, you can sense her energy, and we saw how she talks about. Listen to how she talks about Caitlin Clark versus how the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. After they embraced each other after the win, Angel Reese had that comeback win, I think like 25 points or something like that. Sheryl Swoopes was hugging Angel Reese as if like she had not seen Angel Reese, in 20 years. So that right there already, showed me what I needed to see with this Sheryl Swoopes lady. And she's just jealous, man. She's just jealous. She you can actually hear that the person she's talking and having this debate with, whoever on this podcast, is pushing back because she's like, hold up, like this doesn't really make sense.
I don't know about that.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, they had 3 All-Stars. Chicago had 1.
What?
Let's also remember
Oh
Aaliyah
my
Boston
God.
was Rookie of the Year last year.
Yes, Aaliyah Boston won Rookie of the Year. But the game has drastically changed to me and became more competitive, at least for me, because I just started to like lay eyes on the WNBA. They probably have always been as physical as they were. But this is crazy to me because she's literally saying that there were 3 All-Stars on the team, but 3 All-Stars, if it's not going to contribute to winning and being in the playoffs, then who cares? Like, we want to see the Indiana Fever in the playoffs competing at the highest levels, and this is now being, so far is going to happen due to the emergence of Caitlin Clark and everything she's done for the game. So Sheryl Swoops, like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, man.
And an All-Star.
Kelsey Mitchell has always been a bucket. Like, she can just flat out score the basketball.
Man.
A player that we don't really talk about, and I think we should, because I thought she was playing exceptionally well before she got hurt. Fagbinle.
Yes.
Then you got Melissa Smith.
None of these can catch passes from Caitlin Clark. With everybody she's listing, Caitlin Clark IQ is drastically higher. Does Sheryl Swoops not watch these Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas-esque passes that Caitlin Clark is dishing? She sees it before it happens. And these women that she's listing cannot keep up. That's why Caitlin Clark's turnovers are so high, Sheryl Swoops. Jesus.
They brought in Katie Lou, who's a shooter. Like, if you go down the roster,
This shit making me sleepy.
Player.
I feel that.
What?
Like, look at Chicago. Kennedy Carter is can't nobody guard her. They just can't.
But after that.
Yeah, but who else?
Man, I'm sorry. You just gotta laugh at this shit because she just, okay, if it was, I get it, the Rookie of the Year is a toss-up, supposedly a toss-up between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But the way that she's lobbying for the Chicago Sky, man, is just crazy, man, because you see that the Indiana Fever, man, like they made a drastic jump. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could be wrong, guys. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Did the Chicago Sky make the playoffs last season? I want to say that they did. So, again, for her to say that she doesn't think that they would be in the playoffs without Angel Reese is just crazy to me, man. It's just like she's pretty much neglecting everything that Caitlin Clark has done. How about for the league? Okay. Damn all his playoffs. Damn all these individual stats. She is good for the league, and that's why the Olympics are already suffering because of the viewership is low, right? But imagine if Caitlin Clark was there. I promise you guys, no matter what's going on with these politics, guys, people would tune in to watch Caitlin Clark. Now, if Angel Reese was on this team, I don't think that people would tune in to the level that they would if Caitlin Clark was there. I think that they would tune in just to see how Angel Reese would play, just to pretty much make videos about it, if I'm being honest. But Sheryl Swoops, man, you got to give this up. You too old for this, baby. Come on, man.
Sheryl Swoops' hatred of Caitlin Clark, it's rooted in racial idolatry. It's rooted in bigotry. Swoops is using her racial jealousy and Clark's clout to elevate Sheryl Swoops. It's textbook bigot behavior. Swoops is masking feelings of inferiority with bigotry. The widely repeated trope that black people can't be racist because black people lack power is laughable. The truth is that many black people believe their bigotry is justified and acceptable given America's history.
Okay, guys, you heard what he said. I said the same thing, guys, because it is laughable for people to have this mindset. And what did I tell you guys? Like, I can just watch Sheryl Swoopes. You saw the picture. It was clearly a retro looking picture. Obviously, the world was not where it is now. Things were very much still segregated. And Sheryl Swoopes is going to hold on to like that type of, those feelings, and she's going to use them to her advantage when she can and her disadvantages when she's able. And I feel like Jason Whitlock is completely correct when he says that this is just racial idolatry and bigotry, because people like Sheryl Swoopes will use this type of bigotry to excuse the way that they really feel and to try to make points to justify, why they can't technically be racist. And it's just like, bro, you don't even make sense. You don't make sense, because I am under the impression that if these were two black rookie of the years guys, I think that, this would be a totally different approach. It would be totally different, man. And even with the woke ESPN situation, man, it would just be totally different. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark, this cold ass white Caucasian girl who can literally ball out, you're going to have people with these horrendous takes because they are leaning into things that they, that are aligned within their heart and just how they feel completely, guys. And this is where, for me, I just give pushback because I like Jason Whitlock. And I know everybody doesn't like Jason Whitlock, but I like Jason Whitlock because he operates like me, and that's out of fairness. And he's going to call out that BS no matter what the skin color is, no matter what community you're supposed to support. And because he's a Christian man, and when you are a Christian man, you can't just be one way and support one ethnicity group. You have to be equal across the board. And that's just something that the world itself has gotten away from. And I wanted to bring you guys this video for you guys to be able to see for yourselves, and you guys give me your inputs. So let me know what y'all think about this as Jason Whitlock exposes Sheryl Swoopes for her racial idolatry. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is Sheryl Swoopes right? Is she wrong? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Love you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you. Peace. Yeah.